Hello, Groveland Township. Today's video is being done on January the 6th, 2022. And we thought we'd take an opportunity here just to update you on several items that are going on in the township, about a half a dozen of them. First of all, I'd like to let people know that there is a vacancy for the alternate on the tax appeal board. And so if you're a citizen that's interested in getting involved in some of the activities in the township and its administration, this is a good opportunity to get in on one that doesn't require a whole lot of time and gives you a better feel for how the township operates in some areas. Again, if you're interested in being considered for the alternate position on the tax appeal board, please give me a call or send me an email with your resume on it and we'll be happy to take a look at it. The second item I want to talk about is I mentioned earlier in this year that the way the law is structured in Michigan, normally participation in a public meeting only takes place if the people are present in there. But because of the COVID situation, the state passed some special legislation last year that allowed us to put the meetings on Zoom and allow people to be interactive on it. That process was up for some discussion in December in Lansing to see if they were going to extend it, but the legislature dismissed at the end of the year for the holiday break and did not take any action on extending it. So we received an email from the township attorney that let us know that as of January the 1st, the Zoom meetings and the interactive participation part of it are no longer available. We will make the meetings still available for people that want to see them either by watching on possibly Zoom or at least through Facebook like we've always done for some time now. But you will not be able to take part in the discussion or enter comments unless you're physically in the meeting itself. So it's just a reminder of what we told you earlier in the year because that's the law and we have to comply with it. The next item is I wanted to let you know about a couple of changes. We mentioned that we have petitioned the road commission to see if we could start putting up road signs on just our paved roads, and that would allow us to eventually be able to buy those radar signs that help keep people from speeding. And you can't put those signs up until you get a posted speed sign, and the road commission in Oakland County normally does not post any 55 mile an hour roads. That's the default speed for both the gravel roads, if you will, and the paved roads that are in our township, unless they're specifically posted, like trip roads posted 50. But there's very little of that in our township. So to that end, we asked them to consider it. We had originally asked them if they would do it on Barron Road because we just paved it. And I thought that's where we were going to do it, but they came back and said they actually want to take an existing road, post some signs on it, see if there's any discernible difference with the signs before they decide whether or not we can do it. So in further discussion with the road commission, we have decided that the road they'll post will be Grange Hall Road between Jossman and Tripp Road. That should give us a pretty good indication whether or not we'll be able to do this. I don't know when those signs will be posted because all of this has to run through the road commission and the sign shop, and their intervals are subject to change based on other issues, but that's where that process stands right now. In addition, I want to give you an update on a couple of paving projects that we believe will be coming down the road. I haven't got confirmation on this yet, but it appears as though the road commission has slated repaving the first part of Groveland Road for us, and I think that's because when we did it last time it was a test process, and if any of you live on that portion of the road, and I live there, it was a different kind of paving, much coarser and not as durable as the normal paving, and they wanted to see how long it held up. I personally think it's held up exceptionally well for us, but I'm told by my foreman that they have a tentative schedule to repave that part of Groveland Road this year coming up for us, and I'll let you know if that actually gets solidified and when it happens. The other one that we had discussion on is from a long-term strategic planning. You know that we've told you in the past the only roads we have scheduled for any paving in the future are the primary roads, which are already been defined decades ago in the township. Barron Road was one, Groveland Road's one, Grange Hall Road, and Oak Hill. That's why those are the roads that have paving on them. The next one we threw into the hopper because we try and spread them across the township so that one time they're on the north side, one time they're on the south side, and that everybody doesn't feel like they're being preferenced any one place or not. The next road that would be considered for long-term paving would be the first section of Wildwood coming off of Dixie Highway, probably up to McGinnis. I don't know if that will happen, but we did send them information that that is the next road we would want to get in the hopper. When we find out in subsequent surface funding meetings whether or not it gets scheduled and the road commission finds out which funds they have to work with, you may hear something in the next year or two about that eventually being paved. Keep in mind that once we throw the road that we're looking at into the hopper, it's typically 5 to 7 years before it gets scheduled, because everybody's competing for the same project. And it's 5 to 7 years till it gets scheduled, engineered, and actually paved, but we wanted to let you know long term what we're looking at. So that's several of the items. The next one I want to give you an update on is the Holly Library. The Holly Library is going to have a meet and greet at the fire station on Dixie Highway on January the 19th. They would like to make it easy for our residents to get library cards if they don't, and potentially be able to check some books out. So they're going to use the township's training station at Fire Station 1 on Dixie Highway on January the 19th. If you're interested in getting a library card or talking to the people from the library, please go ahead and do that. The last item we have is I want to give you an updated status on the Renaissance Festival. I told you about the first meeting we had. I've had another one with the state police and the Oakland County Sheriff, and I've had some phone conversations with some of our Planning Commission members, the chair of the Holly Planning Commission, and the manager of the Renaissance Festival. The first meeting where they're going to actually get kicked off for what they're going to do for this year is going to come up at the January Planning Commission meeting. The one change that has been suggested since the original meeting was that instead of using Holdridge Road, our deputy clerk here, Janelle, suggested that it would be better to use the extra frontage they have. And when we looked at the Renaissance Festival's property, they actually have over 1,600 feet of Dixie Highway frontage going south of their last driveway. So we asked both the state police and the sheriff what they thought of that, and they thought it was a better idea. I'm sure it's one of those that will be bantered around as we see what both the Groveland Township Planning Commission and the Holly Township Planning Commission come up with as the ultimate solution for the Renaissance Festival for this upcoming year. And as that moves forward, we'll try and keep you aware of that inside these videos. So that's it for now. Things are running pretty good. I hope everybody had a great holiday season. It's getting kind of cold now, and so until the next video, Groveland, have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to call the office. Thank you.